Have you ever wondered if the famous Black Hollywood stars you admire have any untold secrets? Today, we're diving into the surprising stories of renowned actors who have publicly revealed their true gender. Familiar faces, big names that shook Hollywood, but can you guess who they are? If you're surprised, leave a 1 in the comments, and if not, drop a 0. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to support the channel, and stay tuned for more interesting stories. Let's uncover these secrets right now. Monifa, the famous R&B star, and TZ Michelle, a renowned educator, publicly revealed their relationship in 2014, marking a significant turning point for the LGBTQ+ community, particularly among people of color. Their love story was not only sweet, but also a battle to prove that their love had nothing to hide. After one of Monifa's performances, they were criticized by a group of people for expressing their love in public. Despite the backlash, Monifa and TZ did not back down. "We can't let them defeat us," TZ whispered to Monifa. However, the public boycott and criticism led Monifa to lose endorsement deals and career opportunities. Despite facing many challenges, Monifa and TZ refused to give up. They began organizing talks to advocate for acceptance and diversity within the Black music industry. Even in the face of opposition, they remained steadfast in asserting that their love had no boundaries. The couple became symbols of strength and perseverance, paving the way for the Black LGBTQ+ community to live authentically. Johnny Mathis, one of the most famous singers of the 20th century, captivated millions with his romantic ballads. But behind the spotlight was a secret he had to keep hidden for many years. In 1970, as he was preparing for an important performance, he received a call from the man he had loved for so long, someone Johnny had never dared to publicly acknowledge. This call forced Johnny to face the truth that it was time to live authentically, no longer hiding this love. That night on stage, Johnny decided to publicly acknowledge his love, admitting that he was a man who loved another man. This statement not only silenced the audience, but also received strong applause, despite the criticism from the public and his family. However, Johnny had no regrets. For him, that moment was a liberation, opening a new chapter in his life, where he could live authentically. Johnny's story became an inspiration for those who dared to live truthfully, affirming that true freedom comes not only from music, but from accepting oneself. Dominique Jackson is a renowned actress, model, and activist, best known for her role as Electra Abundance in the TV series Pose 2018-2021. She made a significant impact in the entertainment industry by portraying a strong and proud transgender woman. Through this role, Dominique not only helped change society's perception of the transgender community, but also allowed audiences to better understand the challenges faced by LGBTQ+ individuals, from self-acceptance to seeking respect in society. In addition to her acting career, Dominique Jackson is an active advocate for transgender rights and works to promote recognition for the LGBTQ+ community. She participates in campaigns that promote equality rights and inclusivity, and has spoken out in numerous public discussions about creating a more just society for individuals within this community. With her strength and perseverance, Dominique Jackson is not only a talented actress, but also a symbol of positive change within both the entertainment industry and the LGBTQ+ community. Lena Waithe is one of the trailblazers and influential figures in the entertainment industry, particularly in advancing representation for the LGBTQ+ and Black communities in Hollywood. She stands out not only for her talent, but also for her bravery in openly embracing her identity as a Black queer woman. Lena has successfully leveraged her career to create impactful stories that highlight issues of race and sexuality while also advocating for fairness and the presence of minority groups in creative fields. In September 2018, Lena Waithe made history by becoming the first Black woman to win an Emmy for Outstanding Writing for a Comedy Series for her work on the Thanksgiving episode of Master of None. This episode left a strong impact by telling the story of Denise's coming out, reflecting the real-life experiences of the LGBTQ+ community within the context of race. The work not only moved audiences, but also highlighted the importance of telling authentic and meaningful personal stories, especially those that intersect race and gender identity, contributing to a powerful and influential voice in society. Lena Waithe's career is a testament to her strong commitment to expanding opportunities and bringing representation for Black people and the LGBTQ+ community in Hollywood. Not only is she a talented writer and producer, but she has also become an important icon in the entertainment industry, especially after being named Artist of the Year by Out magazine in 2018. While Lena is relatively private about her personal life, her work and statements continue to inspire many within the LGBTQ+ community. Lena's achievements are not only a personal milestone, but also reflect her tireless efforts to break down barriers and drive change, contributing to making the entertainment industry more inclusive and fair. Luther Vandross, the R&B music legend, left an indelible mark with his emotional ballads, but few knew that behind his sweet voice was a great secret: his sexuality. In the 1980s, while Luther was working on his album Give Me the Reason, he received a strange song titled The Shadow of Love, accompanied by a challenging note. Only those who dare to face their own truth can sing this song. The song carried a powerful message about truth and the impossibility of running from it. Luther decided to record the song, but once he did, things began to get strange. The studio experienced technical difficulties, equipment malfunctioned for no reason, and the musicians felt a chilling presence as they played the melody. The story grew even more eerie when a close friend of Luther's, who had encouraged him to come out, suffered an accident shortly after hearing the song. Rumors of a curse quickly spread, and Luther began to feel as if the song was speaking about him. Despite keeping his sexuality hidden for fear of losing support, he had a dream where he stood on stage under bright lights, but no one could hear his voice, only a voice echoed saying, "Let them know or remain silent forever." In the end, Luther chose not to release the song and locked the recording away in storage. However, a music producer released it illegally and lost all his assets in a mysterious fire. Although Luther never publicly revealed his sexuality, whenever he sang ballads like Dance with My Father, one couldn't help but wonder if he was conversing with the shadow of a love he'd hidden for his entire life. Were you surprised to learn that these stars have publicly revealed their true gender? Their stories might change the way you view Hollywood and the LGBTQ+ community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the next exciting and surprising videos. We always aim to bring you the most unique and captivating stories. RuPaul Charles, a drag artist and activist, not only revolutionized drag culture, but also became an irreplaceable icon in the LGBTQ+ community. Known for the show RuPaul's Drag Race, RuPaul took drag from being a marginalized part of society to the global television spotlight, captivating millions of fans. However, behind the glamorous outfits and stage lights lie stories that few know, one of which is the iconic fall in the first season that almost ruined everything RuPaul had built. As RuPaul's Drag Race was about to debut on television, no one could have predicted that the night would become one of the most terrifying moments in drag history. RuPaul had spent hours preparing, ensuring everything would go smoothly, but just minutes before stepping onto the stage, the unthinkable happened. A high heel, a crucial part of the drag look, suddenly snapped in half. The sight of it caused RuPaul, despite being tall and poised, to stagger on stage. The broken heel nearly threw RuPaul off balance, freezing the entire production team, contestants, and backstage crew, all unsure of what to do next. However, instead of panicking or giving up, RuPaul did what only Ru could. She stood up, struck a pose like a true drag queen, and laughed it off. Then she turned to the camera and said, "That's why drag is never easy. But don't worry, I'll always step onto the stage whether I have shoes or not." The entire studio erupted in laughter, but it wasn't just a funny moment, it was a lesson in resilience, confidence, and an undefeatable attitude. RuPaul's flexibility and unbreakable spirit helped turn RuPaul's Drag Race into a legend. Unexpected situations like these became an integral part of the show and an essential part of RuPaul's story. The fall with the broken heel became a symbol, a key element of her legacy, affirming that drag is not just an art form, but a confrontation and triumph over every challenge life throws at you. Meshell Ndegeocello, the talented neo-soul artist, completely transformed the music landscape with her passionate melodies and powerful messages about identity and love within the LGBTQ+ community. She became a symbol of freedom, living authentically despite societal challenges. Starting from the early days in New York's jazz clubs, Mel wrote her own story, never backing down. However, behind those mesmerizing tunes, Mel still struggled with an inner battle, hiding her love for women, out of fear of losing recognition in her music career. One of the most pivotal moments in her journey came when she decided to share her true thoughts and feelings with the public. While there wasn't a specific event like in the story you mentioned, Michelle has never hesitated to speak about her sexual identity in numerous interviews and events, affirming that she is a member of the LGBTQ+ community and always ready to face societal challenges. She is not only an artist, but has also become a symbol of liberation, fiercely fighting against prejudice to find freedom in love, inspiring millions. James Baldwin, a brilliant writer and unwavering advocate for social justice, demonstrated the transformative power of literature to change society. His works, particularly Another Country, delve deeply into themes of love, identity, and race. However, behind the creation of Another Country lies a lesser-known story that unfolded in 1961 while Baldwin was living in Paris. A late-night train journey to the south of France, initially meant to find peace and focus on completing his manuscript, turned into a dramatic adventure that would shape Baldwin's life and writing in unexpected ways. On the train, Baldwin met Philippe, a young artist fleeing a forbidden relationship with the son of a powerful politician. When mysterious figures appeared searching for Philippe, Baldwin didn't hesitate to face the danger to protect him. After escaping the threat, Philippe thanked Baldwin and gifted him a suitcase filled with unpublished works of art. This encounter inspired Another Country with its themes of love, racism, and gender, becoming a symbol of love that transcends all boundaries. Audre Lorde, a fierce warrior and great poet, was not only prominent in the literary world, but also became an icon in the fight for gender equality and LGBTQ+ rights. In 1975, Audre made waves at a literary conference in New York, where she confronted conservative ideologies. As she entered the hall in her black cloak, disapproving glares from a group of conservative writers immediately focused on her. One of them mocked, "What could a black lesbian poet like you teach us?" Despite being mocked, Audre stood firm in front of the crowd and began reciting a poem about the struggles of lesbian women being rejected by society. Each word in her poem struck like a punch against outdated ideologies. However, instead of receiving praise, Audre was criticized. "Your poetry is just whining, not art. It's just provocation." As the room split into two factions, Audre calmly responded, "If poetry can't make you face the truth, then what is its worth?" From that moment on, Audre Lorde became not only a poet, but also a great warrior in the fight against discrimination and injustice. Bayard Rustin, a name not widely known, was the mastermind behind the success of the 1963 March on Washington, where Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech. Rustin was not only a warrior in the civil rights struggle, but also an advocate for the rights of the LGBTQ+ community. However, his life was not easy. As a gay man, he had to fight not only against societal prejudice, but also political schemes targeting the civil rights movement. In 1963, as the crucial March on Washington was approaching, Bayard Rustin faced immense pressure from a group of conservative politicians. They had discovered his past, including his arrest for openly being gay. They planned to smear Rustin's reputation in an attempt to sabotage the march. However, Rustin was undeterred. Not only did he confront them in the shadows, but he also publicly acknowledged his past. He held a press conference and declared, "I am gay and I fight for freedom. If you think that diminishes my value, I believe it only makes this movement stronger." The march went ahead successfully, and Rustin, who had meticulously planned it, proved that he was not only the architect of the civil rights movement, but also a symbol of resilience and unwavering courage. Angela Davis is not only a renowned scholar, but also a symbol in the Black liberation movement and the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. She has fought not only for the freedom of Black people, but also for the rights of the LGBTQ+ community, especially when she publicly acknowledged her sexual orientation in 1997. This marked a historic moment in the LGBTQ+ movement in the U.S. and sent a powerful message about personal freedom. The story begins on a cold winter night in Oakland, when Angela receives a wooden box wrapped in black fabric, inside which are a letter and old photographs. The letters tell the sorrowful life of a Black woman in the 1960s, ostracized by both her family and society because of her sexuality. This story becomes a challenge from the past, a call to action. Angela realizes that she is being watched and threatened. However, instead of fearing, she faces it head-on and organizes a seminar at the university. Despite the threats, she steps up to the podium and publicly declares, "I am not just an activist, I am a proud lesbian." Angela's decision to come out not only changed her own life, but also inspired millions, marking a historical turning point in the fight for LGBTQ+ rights. Sylvester James Jr. The legendary disco music icon was a monumental figure for the LGBTQ+ community and completely reshaped the music landscape with his powerful and emotive melodies. Starting in the 1970s, Sylvester captivated fans with timeless songs, becoming a shining star in the music industry. However, behind the bright stage lights was a man with a hidden pain. A gay individual in a society still full of prejudice, facing stigma from both society and the music industry. One night at a club in New York, Sylvester did what no one dared to do. Dressed in sparkling attire and high heels, he stepped out in front of the crowd and boldly declared, "Tonight I'm singing not just for you, but for all those like me, those still hidden in the shadows. Are you ready? As the music began, he not only performed, but also sparked a musical revolution with You Make Me Feel Mighty Real, a powerful anthem about same-sex love. That night, Sylvester not only brought a fresh breath to disco music, but also turned music into a symbol of freedom, courage, and love that could not be hidden. Despite facing stigma and questions about his gender, Sylvester stayed true to himself, becoming a legendary icon not only for his music, but for his bravery in confronting the world. Alice Walker, a towering figure in literature, is not only famous for her novel The Color Purple, but also for her relentless fight for equality and freedom. Her contributions in portraying the lives of Black women and the LGBTQ+ community have significantly transformed the literary world. Since the release of The Color Purple in the 1980s, Alice has become a symbol of strength and resilience in affirming one's personal identity, and to this day, she remains an inspiration for those brave enough to live authentically. However, behind the pages lies a lesser-known story. Alice didn't just write to tell stories, but to free herself from invisible barriers. After coming out as bisexual, she faced prejudice, rumors, and isolation. One day at a quiet cafe in Atlanta, she met an old college friend who sparked questions in her about love identity and freedom. That encounter made Alice realize that writing was not just for herself, but for those who could not live authentically. When writing The Color Purple, she found the strength to face societal judgment while affirming that love has no limits. The purple hat of the strange woman became a symbol of Alice's free and unapologetic life, inspiring her to never stop fighting and writing about things others dared not acknowledge. Billy Porter, one of the most prominent names in the entertainment industry, is known not only for his talent, but also for his bold, unmistakable style. He is a symbol of freedom, an artist with vibrant outfits, emotional performances, and a powerful voice. However, Billy Porter's love story with Adam Smith, a private businessman, is a little-known secret. When the two met at a charity event, they couldn't deny the magical connection between them. However, their love was not easy. Billy, a Hollywood star, always in the spotlight, could never escape the public eye, while Adam, on the other hand, was a man who preferred to keep his personal life private. They had to live in the shadows, hiding their true feelings. One night, after a successful performance, Billy realized that he couldn't continue living like this. Love couldn't remain a secret forever. He decided to go public, recording a live video and confessing his love for Adam, the person he called the reason I live. The statement immediately went viral and sparked a buzz within the community. The backlash came from those who didn't understand, always criticizing them. But it was also from that moment that strong support began to rise from the LGBTQ+ community and Billy's fans. At first, Adam couldn't understand Billy's bold decision. He didn't understand why Billy wanted to make their love public. But as he witnessed the reactions from the community and understood that Billy did it not only for love, but also for people like them, Adam began to feel and appreciate the sacrifice Billy made for him. Their love story not only became an inspiration, but also a lesson in courage, sacrifice, and the ongoing struggle for the right to love and live authentically. Jessica Betts, a talented singer known for her soulful ballads, had to keep her love for the famous actress Niecy Nash a secret for many years. Their relationship had to be hidden not only because of their celebrity status, but also because Niecy had experienced several failed relationships in the past. They feared the public's reaction if their love was exposed. However, when Niecy decided to go public by posting a picture and writing the caption, "Love needs no reason, it simply is," everything changed. This statement sparked a media storm, forcing Jessica to face intense attention and criticism from both the public and the press. The pressure of living her love life publicly caused Jessica to experience stress as she faced criticism and questioned about her personal motives. However, when Jessica felt confused by the attacking headlines, Niecy stood by her side and encouraged her, saying, "Our love is not a mistake. Don't let anyone decide your happiness." This encouragement gave Jessica the strength to overcome her fears. On stage, she confidently sang and declared, "Love is freedom," sharing with the audience the freedom she had found in her love. Lil Nas X, whose real name is Montero Lamar Hill, is a 24-year-old American rapper, singer, and songwriter. He first gained widespread attention in 2019 with his hit Old Town Road, a song that topped global charts and became a cultural phenomenon, especially during LGBTQ+ Pride Month. Lil Nas X came out as gay through a series of tweets on Twitter revealing that he had shared his sexual orientation with his family earlier that month. Despite facing both support and backlash from the public, he maintained his confidence and continued to express himself unapologetically. In January 2023, Lil Nas X continued to explore and express the complexity of his sexual identity through a series of tweets in which he mentioned the possibility of being bisexual. He asked his fans if they would be upset if he said he was somewhat bisexual, a move that reflected his comfort and openness about gender identity and sexual orientation topics. Lil Nas X stands out for his courage and unique fashion style. He often incorporates cowboy elements into his outfits, creating a signature image that blends music, culture, and fashion while breaking societal and artistic norms. Michaela Jaé Rodriguez is a talented actress, best known for her groundbreaking role as Blanca Evangelista in the TV series Pose 2018-2021. She made history as the first transgender woman to win a Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television series. Drama. Beyond her acting career, MJ is a passionate advocate for the transgender community and the LGBTQ+ movement, using her platform to promote recognition and acceptance. While MJ Rodriguez is very open about her advocacy work, she is quite private about her personal life, especially her romantic relationships. She tends to keep details of her love life out of the public eye, instead focusing on her professional journey. MJ has often expressed the importance of self-love, empowerment, and unity in relationships, frequently emphasizing that love and support are essential in facing the challenges of both the entertainment industry and society. MJ Rodriguez remains a strong, confident role model, not only in her career, but also as an inspiration to many. Her commitment to her work and advocacy has solidified her as an ideal figure for many both within and outside the LGBTQ+ community. Octavia Butler, the renowned science fiction writer, was not only a creator of mysterious worlds, but also a pioneer in exploring issues of race, gender, and LGBTQ+ identity through her groundbreaking works. Each of her books not only reflected societal limitations, but also opened new doors, addressing sensitive issues. However, few know that behind her admirable career was a journey filled with difficulties and challenges. At the time, the publishing industry was predominantly dominated by white men, and as a black woman, Butler faced not only doubts about her talent, but also harsh prejudices. She remained resilient, overcoming manuscript rejections and harsh criticisms, refusing to let them defeat her. However, the greatest struggle in her life was not just asserting her talent, but also publicly accepting her own identity. In the early years of her career, Butler lived in isolation, hiding the truth about her sexuality. She felt suffocated by the need to pretend, unable to continue living a lie. How could she write about freedom, about embracing identity, when she herself had to conceal the truth? A memorable moment in her career came when her novel Parable of the Sower was published in 1984, telling the story of a female protagonist struggling in a chaotic world, reflecting Butler's own internal battle. Through every page, Butler became a symbol in the ongoing fight for the right to be oneself for freedom and an endless source of inspiration for the LGBTQ+ community. Wanda Sykes, the famous comedian, is not only known for her humor, but also for her bravery in advocating for LGBTQ+ rights. She broke boundaries in comedy, turning every story into a powerful statement about equality and freedom. One time, while performing a comedy bit sharing a gay love story, a man shouted, "Shut up, Wanda, this isn't funny at all." Wanda smiled and responded, "Oh, I get it. You don't like my love story, but you like my jokes, right?" Her reply made the entire audience laugh and demonstrated her resilience in living authentically. Right after the performance, Wanda received countless messages from the LGBTQ+ community saying that her story had empowered them to live authentically. Despite facing criticism from some conservative individuals, Wanda didn't mind. She continued to be a strong voice for the LGBTQ+ community, using her personal story to fight for rights and equality. Wanda proved that, living authentically without fear, the world will have to recognize you. And these are the Black actors who have bravely lived true to themselves despite the prejudices in the entertainment industry. They've not only contributed to changing the world's perception of the LGBTQ+ community, but they've also inspired countless people searching for acceptance and the courage to live authentically. If you found this video meaningful, leave a like, share to spread this positive message, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to motivate me to create even more quality content. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next exciting topics.